What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's Friday, 1 o'clock, I think. Early day, 1:05. Today was just a run. Beautiful day, so time to head back. Good weekend coming up. Already got all my homework done. Bye, Chrissy. Chrissy. Bye. So good times coming up. I actually made 2 videos before these last couple days, but they just weren't worth anything that I feel like was substantial enough for me to put out. Wednesday there was a video, but it wasn't anything good. More ramblings. I mean, less than what I had today or right now. And then Thursday was just absolute doo-doo, to put it correctly. I was yawning every minute. I was incoherent. My thoughts were everywhere. I was just tired, to be honest. That was one of my harder days, and I just didn't feel like it was worth putting out, even for what my content is right now. So it was just silly. But this weekend will be just my boy and I. My wife is headed out for the weekend with her sister in Annapolis. A girls' weekend, so that's cool for her, you know. I want her to have some time for herself as well, because she's a stay-at-home mom, so you know, it's nice for her to have her own time and all that as well. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be great. I need to get gas too, but I'm not sure when to stop, because there's two gas stations on the way home, and there's 3 actually. They're on the way home, but 2 of them were very early on. One's right here, actually, right around the corner, going down the street, and then one's like 2 blocks down again. And then only until I'm literally at the end of my trip is there one more at the end. But you know, I don't like to chance it or wait until the last minute to get gas. So I'm gonna get gas right now. That way I'm not doing it until later. I always like to stay on top of the gas, all that oil change stuff, because I get easily paranoid with my car. I think it's because my first car, it was just horrible. Like, I would fix one thing, and it was a crappy car, don't get me wrong. It wasn't anything new, anything reliable that would be out of question for something to be wrong. But my first car, it completely sucked. I saved money for the summer, and it just wasn't any good. The guy I got it from was kind of shady too about it, so that should have been a red flag. But it completely just went downhill right away. It was just bad. I mean, the steering wheel started messing up. It would start like locking itself. Sometimes it wouldn't start. The battery would drain constantly. That was another problem. That was one of the initial problems I had with the car. So the problem was trying to figure out what was draining the battery. I think I figured it out. I couldn't recall honestly what happened, because that was like 8 years ago, but it's definitely a problem with it, but I couldn't recall what it was. So yeah, and then my second car, that was a gift from my mom, which I thank her so much for it. Thank you, Mom, for that car. I really appreciate that car. Thank you so much for everything you done for me as well. That car was great for her. It was at the end of its life with me though, and on top of that too, it was a rebuilt title. So, you know, it already had its own problems. It wasn't necessarily like pristine, you know, with the original engine stuff. But anyways, one of the biggest things that I just didn't know if it was the oil would drain itself. Like, there wasn't a leak, but anytime we went in to get it repaired, and I constantly went in to go, you know, I always kept up to date with the oil changes. Every single time they would be like, hey, you have like no oil in there. It's like empty. And I was, you know, I felt like they were trying to scam me or something to, I don't know, get more out of me, I guess. But I would always be like, there's no oil. Like, there was always oil in there. Like, it doesn't just funnel out. Like, there's no way it can funnel out. But besides that, at one point, the AC and heating worked. But then at one point, the heating never worked. Nor the AC really, just threw out air. And then I tried getting that fixed, or really just the heating, because I needed that for the winter. and then I fixed it once, and then next time it happened again, or next winter it happened, right before winter happened, and it was just a mess. And so I think one day I was just so fed up with the car because my wife texted me that at the time she was with my girlfriend that there was another problem with the car. Because I went in, I got the car scheduled in for a maintenance check because something was going wrong, but it was minimal. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go check it out, or I'm gonna get it scheduled just to get it fixed. And then my girlfriend texted me because I was at work. She said that they found out the problem, but the problem was that it was something else that we thought it wasn't. And this one problem was gonna cost us like more than what the car was worth at the time. And that day, I think I went home and I was like, you know what, I'm just getting a newer car. Like, I'm gonna stay on lease for it. And we did. We got a new car that same day I got home. We looked up dealerships. We went to Honda and we got a Honda Civic. I was like, I'm tired of the problems. I just want a car. And we got a car. And then that car, a couple of years ago, I had it for a little while. A couple of years ago, I was driving to Menards because I used to work there. And some freaking drunk dude hit me. Like, it was insane. He was pulling, of all places, he was pulling out of the liquor store as I was driving to Menards, full, in my outfit to go to work. Driving there on the afternoon after work, after my first job, he freaking pulls out of the liquor store, hits me on the side, right here, and he damaged the car enough. Point being, it took a long time to get to this point, but he damaged it just enough that the structure itself was compromised, and we had to get a new car. So it was a little baloney, and I hated it. All right, I'm gonna get some gas. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that was my Honda, and then that got wrecked eventually. And so when we got basically like a lump sum payment for the whole car and all that jazz, I got a 2021 Toyota. Oh, was it? Not Toyota. I think it was Honda. Excuse me. I first had a Toyota. I don't know what year it was, but it was a Toyota. And then I had a Honda. Now I have a Honda. I have a 2021 Honda Civic. That's how we're at. That's where we're at. Yeah, so that's what I had. Now that's the car I have right now. And I like that car because it has a touch screen on it. You can choose your music. You can select whatever you want. So much easier. So I'm grateful for that. And then eventually I got this car because my brother gifted it to me as well. I should thank you so much, Eric. I love you, dude. Thank you so much for this car. I really appreciate this car. I love this car. I like the feeling. I made a video about it earlier. I did a little tour. Nothing much to it, as you can see it really all here. But yeah. So that's my history with cars that I just impromptu talked about. But yeah. I'm not sure what else I can think about at the moment, but yeah. The thing is, I have constant thoughts of, the sporadic thoughts I have of ideas or, just things that I think about. And then I'm like, that would be good to talk about, perhaps entertain it for some. But when I end the day, it's like I just want to go home and my brain kind of just like dulls out for a little bit, and then later once I'm in a creative flow, whether it would be doing something else or at home, right, whatever, playing a game, I start thinking about stuff again. I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I should have talked about this. I should have given some insight on this, or maybe talked about my experience on this, or just anything, right, that I can think of that I've just pops into my head. That that's what I should have talked about. But at times like these where I'm just like decompressing, right, my brain's, physically I've been working for the whole day, so now I'm like, all right, now I'm chilling out, my brain's just vibing, so I'm not exactly thinking curious thoughts, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, today was an overall easy day, and I think I finally reached the job where it's not like where I'm stressing about it, because I used to be. It was so normalized for me that my previous jobs that I would be stressed about them all the time. I would be like, oh, like I have this tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow. I'm about to run. Like I'm about to skip my breaks just so I can stay ahead or just even with them. So every single day before, on, or I guess not after, but before, the day before I would be stressing out, like, oh, I gotta go to work, I gotta do this, I gotta actually run really hard, I gotta beat myself physically just to get the job done. But no, this job, there are some harder days, yeah, but nothing to the point that I'm exhausted, to the point of collapsing. I remember one time we had a meeting on my previous job where we went upstairs before the meeting, and then I've been working all day, and then during that job I was really tired. Like I was exhausted all the time because it was constant running. I mean, I barely kept up. So it wasn't fun. But anyways, after the meeting we were coming downstairs, and I remember because I was like trying to run, because we had the meeting, but it was selective few that had the meeting. It was a safety meeting, but everyone still kept going. So it was like, all right, they don't account for that, so you gotta hurry up and catch back up. Well, I had to hurry up and catch back up. So when I was going down the stairs, I went to kind of go into a light jog after I stepped on the last step, and I remember feeling like my body just gave out, and I was about to fall down. Like I remember stepping on the last step on the ground, towards the ground, and my body just giving way and about to fall. But I caught myself, and it was like I had to stop and think for a second. I was like, whoa! I was like, am I just that tired that like I could just fall down and fall asleep? Or like if I had given any more physical exertions or anything, I would just be in complete collapse. And I'm glad I'm out of there, because I think that was the root of a lot of stress, anxiety that I had. I think it carried on through, because in this job there's no yelling for no reason, there's no accusations, there's no drama really that I have to deal with. The other last job, it was maniacal, absolute chaos and untethered rage from people. I mean, it was just insane. Absolutely no way of working in that place with a safe mental mind. But yeah, I'm grateful. I really am. So, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up today. Maybe make a video tomorrow. I'm not sure, since I'm not working. Obviously, Saturday being